So we're going to talk a little bit about different types of bone when we're discussing bone structure. We're going to start off with certain regions of the bone. We're going to start off with compact bone. The human body has 206 bones that vary in shape and size. Most bones consist of both compact and spongy bone in proportions depending on this bone's size and shape. So for example, in this case, we're looking at a compact bone. Compact bone is going to be the dense outer layer of all bones. So the smaller the bone, the more compact bone it's going to have. And this is going to be this compact bone found on the surface right up here. Dense outer layer. It's going to have very few internal spaces. It's going to form most of the shaft of long bones like arms or legs. It's going to be covered by the periosteum, which is going to nourish the bones. So what we're going to find is this periosteum, it's a dense fibrous-like tissue on the outside that's going to be used for bone nourishment. It's going to contain blood vessels, nerves, and cells that are involved in bone growth and repair. Injury to the periosteum, such as a bruise or a fracture, is going to generate a great deal of pain. So if you ever hear somebody talk about how, oh, I bruised my bone, what they're talking about is damage to this periosteum, damage to the blood vessels and the nerves that are found in this outermost sheath or this outermost layer. Another important region that we're going to find in bones is what's known as spongy bone. Spongy bone. Spongy bone is going to be a lattice work of bone. There's going to be a lot more air, a lot more space. It's going to be much lighter and less dense than compact bone. We're going to find spongy bone primarily in small, flat bones like the skull or in the face and near the ends of the shafts of long bone. So right up here is where we're going to find spongy bone. In adults, the spaces of some spongy bone are going to be filled with red marrow. This is where our red blood cells are going to come from. But we may also find the cavity of the shaft of long bones filled with yellow bone marrow right in here. This is going to be a fatty tissue that's used primarily for energy storage. And that's all we have on the structure. Oh, one last thing. So here's a great figure 5.1. Spend a little bit of time looking through here. It's going to break down all the different parts of the bone, from spongy bone into compact bone. Take a nice look at the periosteum. This is a great diagram. It shows up close in personal all of these nerve fibers in yellow and these blood vessels in blue and red, indicating the blood vessels that are going to be found in that periosteum. Again, this is the region that I said might be bruised or damaged. That can cause quite a bit of pain. So spend a little bit of time with figure 5.1 to review bone structure and function.